Thank you, Sue, Matt, and Mike for joining us today. We just heard from Tammy and Tidra regarding what inclusion is and the many benefits that it brings to our participants. So I'd love to hear more from both of you and all three of you of the services that you have received in these programs. So Matt, we're going to start with you. You have participated in some inclusion programs through Western DuPage Special Recreation. So can you tell me what programs that you typically sign up for and are involved in?
Yes, one was Camp Illini, and now I'm taking Camp Mean Green and Aqua Adventure.
Okay. Do you sign up for those year after year?
Yes, I do.
You do? You like them a lot, I take it?
Yeah.
Good. What would you say your favorite programs are out of those three?
Well, I like them all. I don't want to classify any to be the best or the worst.
Okay. What would you say the best part of your Camp Illini program is? What's the best thing to do when you're at camp?
Well, I'm done with Camp Illini now, but the best thing was the activities were fun. I got to do a lot of fun activities.
Well, that's good. Did you swim and stuff at camp too?
Yes, I swam.
That's good.
That was really fun.
Good. Can you share with the audience a little bit about Tourette syndrome and how it impacts you every day?
Okay. Tourette syndrome is a neurological disorder in the brain. There is a lot of complex stuff to it, but one main thing of it is the tics. Tics are when your neurons jump to place in your brain and making you do movements or saying words, but you can't help it. It's like there's an itch in your brain and you need to itch it, or sneeze and you can only hold in the sneeze for a while, but it eventually come out. Same with the tic.
Wow, that's a great explanation. I don't think anyone else could have done it any better.
Well, thank you.
Very good. Can you tell us what your inclusion experience has been like?
Well, my inclusion experience was great. So I'll run other kids because I sometimes feel most of the time I feel like I'm one of them.
Great. And you should.
Yeah.
Great. What are the staff like? Do you like the staff?
Yes, they are great, and they try their best to make me independent and like the other kids.
Great. What about the other kids that you're in the programs with? How are they to you? How do they treat you?
They treat me fine. They treat me good. But yes, sometimes there can be issues.
Yeah. Do you want to share any of those issues? Maybe how you've handled them in the past?
Sure, because there are some kids that don't know about Tourette's or don't understand even though I tell them. They just say, well, I don't believe them, or I don't care. Well, when kids don't believe me on that, well, it gets harder for me. I lose friends, and I can lose friends because I can make friends with them for a while, but they don't believe me that I have Tourette's and stuff, so they just, and there's a...
That's good. Have you ever shared with the staff or the other kids in the program as a whole that you have Tourette syndrome?
At times, yes, yes, at times when I make the cabins, the kids sit down, I go up and talk about Tourette's in front of them.
Do you feel comfortable doing that?
Yes, I have no fear on presentating.
That's awesome.
I have no fear of being around billions of people watching me right now.
And I can tell because you're doing a wonderful job. Have you had a favorite staff in any of your programs?
A favorite staff? Well, I don't, as I said, I don't like to classify best, but they're all good. they're all great in different reasons.
Okay, good answer. Before we move on and ask your parents some questions, is there anything else you would like to add about your experience in inclusion or living with Tourette syndrome?
Yes, I have had great experiences. I had a lot of fun with getting to know myself and my Tourette's, and I actually like having Tourette's. I think it's some reasons it's not only some disability in some ways, it can also be an ability on some things.
That's great. Well, thank you for sharing those things with us. I think it's very important for everyone to hear about it and how you get along and enjoy all the programs. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So now thank you. I'd like to move on and talk to Matt's parents. So let's get started. So Sue and Mike, when did you first get Matt involved in inclusion services?
Matt's been an inclusion participant since I believe you're around 6 years old.
Okay, and how old is he now?
He's 11.
11. Oh, so quite some time.
Yes.
Good. How did you hear about inclusion services through WDSRA?
Well, I had heard about it when I was attempting to sign up for a camp for him, and I had some concerns or questions, and I was actually the park district that informed me that that it was available.
Great. What has inclusion meant to your family?
Inclusion's meant a peace of mind, knowing that there's a liaison available from between Matt and perhaps the instructors there to help him share maybe and articulate his disabilities there.
Okay.
So it's been a liaison and a peace of mind mainly.
Great.
It has been a great chance for him to be among peers, to model after typical peers. That's been very important in his life.
Great. Do you ever foresee signing him up for programs that he won't need an inclusion staff for in the future?
Well, as a matter of fact, when this last camp he was at, he did have an inclusion aide, but I think she had some other children as well, and he actually did not need, he didn't need that much assistance at all. It's pretty much independent the whole entire time.
That's
so we've seen a lot of progression, a lot of improvement from year to year in how much he's needed.
So really the aide is there just in case he would need someone.
Safety net, basically.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. How have you seen Matt grow since he has been provided with inclusion services?
I've seen him grow tremendously. He's gotten to the point where this last camp or in the camps before, he would, as he said, stand up and tell everybody he has Tourette's. He's like his own advocate. He's
great.
really learned to tell others about Tourette's, and that's a major accomplishment for him, and he'll use it throughout his whole life.
That's great.
So it's been
It's
wonderful.
a confidence builder for him.
And I'm sure for you too, so that's great.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to add about your experience with inclusion?
There's really, it really has been invaluable for him. Just to have the safety net of a person there, and not necessarily even it being so obvious to him that there's an aide there, but just to know that there is somebody there looking out to make sure that even if there's some social interaction that might not be going so well, that they can kind of facilitate that. It's just been a great peace of mind for me to know that that is there, and it's really helped him to grow.
Great.
And the fact that the staff is at Webster so flexible to deal with your specific needs is it's been a blessing.
Great. Well, thank you all for coming here today and telling us about your inclusion experience. It's nice to hear your end of it, not just the administrative part, but really how it touches your life and how it can touch others out there too. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody for joining us today for another segment of Video Ventures. Remember to contact your local park district about maybe inclusion services that can help you enjoy your recreational needs. So thank you for joining us for another segment of Video Ventures. We hope to see you next time. Have a great night.
Bye.